Uh, I just put us online on YouTube, so I think you received the pop-up with the authorization. It's only click on the blue button. Oops. I just put us online on YouTube, so I think. Oops. So hello, YouTube. I'm here with Fabio, Luis, Bel, and Nathaniel. And today we are talking about empathy. So let me put again the questions on the chat. And let me talking about the roles for our conversation. So TALKNTALK, it's a language platform. So we are here to practice our English in this case. So enjoy this conversation. I only ask you to don't correct the talkers. We are free to make mistakes here. I'm not an English teacher. Actually, I'm a biotechnology engineer. So guys, feel free and only respect the colleagues, please. So I think we can start with the presentations. Bel, can you start, please?
Yeah, sure. So, hello guys. I'm Bel, but my name is Alberlene. Yeah, my nickname is Bel. I'm from Fortaleza, Ceará. I live in Salvador, Bahia for almost 8 years. I have 2 dogs, and I live with my sister. I work like a air traffic controller, and I like to ride a bike, have a deep conversation. I think it's that.
And Bel is a hostess here, an English
Yes.
host. Fabio, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, hi everyone again. My name is Fabio. I was born in Goiás, but I grew up and live in São Paulo capital. I used to work with customer experience. Today, I am an unemployed. I'm searching for a new job, and it's not easy because our market, our economy is not good, but I hope in future things will be good. And in my free time, I like to play online games like MMORPG and study English, coisas para empreender. I don't know how to say this in English. And I like to read. Yes, that's it.
Very good. Let me check here because there is a specific word for that, but I don't remember.
Yes,
Luis, do you remember?
No, I don't remember. Business. Yes, I want to open a store with something that I made with my hands, handmades, like books, journal. I don't know. I have some things to do here in my house. Personalizado. I don't know.
Tailor-made.
Yes, that's it.
Very
And
good.
that's it.
Yeah, this is so nice. And Luis?
Good afternoon, people. I'm from Ceará, and I like you, Bel, and I'm a student of electrical engineering. I like to do sports, and I like to talk more English than Portuguese. And in my free time, I like to read about religion because I'm a Christian. I like books and I have some stories.
Very good. And about you, Nathaniel?
So, hi guys, my name is Nathaniele, but everyone call me Nachi. Like Bel and Luis, I'm from Ceará too. Born and raised here.
Bora fazer tapioca.
Yes,
Falta rapadura.
I'm at work now, so if I have to leave, sorry, because sometimes people come here to ask for something. I work as a secretary, and in my free time, I like to read and sleep as much as I can. And I think that's it.
I really like sleep as well.
Yeah. No, understand things is waste of time, but for me, is the best thing.
I totally agree. So guys, I saw in the chat, Fabio's father is from Fortaleza.
Yes,
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
half Cearense.
How is possible?
And my mother is from Goiás, that I am from.
Oh my gosh. So everybody here with Ceará related
Yes.
subject except me. So, okay. And to start our conversation, the general question, how would you define empathy? I will start with Nachi.
Actually, for me, it's a little bit difficult have a definition of this word because I don't believe in empathy. Not like the person's definition, because they said is something that you have to put try to feeling like the other person, and I don't believe that we can feeling like the other person because everyone is different. So sometimes something that's not a big deal for me, it's a huge problem for the other person. So I don't know, I don't believe in this conception.
Yeah, and for that, it's so complicated to feel empathy, because it's hard. It's actually what you said, because everybody has different experience. So this is the ability to consider or to try to find, to thinking about the position of the another person. And about you, Luis, what do you think? How do you define empathy?
Empathy is the action of think how avoid to how avoid actions that would hurt somebody, and not only how avoid not hurt, but to do things that will glad that person.
Yeah, I agree. And do you agree, Fabio?
I don't understand the final words, but I think it's a sensitive subject, because for me it's so easy to feel empathy for others, but I don't have the same feeling for me. And I don't have empathy with some type of people, like billionaires, like very, very, very religious people, you know, some type of people, politicians, that is not good. But when I feel empathy for poor people or someone who suffer with, I don't know, father's loss, mother's loss, I feel that the feeling, and I think it's not good. My my psicólogo
Psychology?
psychologist used to say that I used to look for other with compassion a lot, but it's not the same with me.
First question for you. Have you faced some situation that you needed to feel empathy for someone like a very religious person, because you said you don't have empathy with this people type. So have you faced some experience that you need to work on with this?
I don't know now. Like I said, it's a sensitive subject. And I don't know, people like this, very religions, always, but all or almost every time are saying not good things about the different people, you know, LGBT people or others religions. I don't know. Always things good, things that is not good, and I don't want to be empathy with people like this.
I got it. Yeah. And you, Belle, do you wanna add something about empathy? How do you define?
It's a good point, because I think it's a really important subject, but not bring something really interesting, because it's hard to feel what the another person felt, because the another person have another experience, it's another life, so it's good to try understood the another person or understood the other point of view, but it's hard to feel in the skin, because it's hard to every people have a different experience in your life, so there are different conceptions, but I think it's important sometimes we need to use that conception, and because we live in society, and sometimes we don't need to live like a selfish person, because when you don't use the empathy, maybe you are the selfish person. I think it's important, but it's hard, like Nat said, and it's my reflection in this moment, because I'm trying understood the another person, but I'm not real. It's not possible to feel what the another person live or pass in your life. It's hard.
It's not possible to put in 100% the other shoes. And what role has empathy played in your life, Luis?
Can you repeat?
Question 2. Oh, I skipped one. Let me. Question 3. What is the difference between empathy and pity?
There's no need for I think.
Pity. Pity.
Pity is in a specific moments of this grace of people. When people are deaf, sick, or poor, we have pity, but
Mhm.
empathy is for all times.
Good. Yeah. And for you, Fabio.
Yes, I agree with Luis. Some definition in deaf, sick. We felt pity to other people, but empathy, I think it's not for all the topics, the subject, because white people can have empathy with black people that suffer racism. We can white people can feel bad, can feel, I think, pity, and I don't know, that feeling is not fair, and all the worst things racism causa na sociedade. Made in society. In empathy is more, I don't know. I think empathy is more, I think empathy is for all the subject, but not all. I made a mess now.
And what do you think, Nati?
Yeah, I agree with what the boy said. I think when I think in pity is more for specific situations, like when someone is sick or people that lives on the street with kids and this kind of things. Empathy, probably, if I believe that we can be an empathic person more for big situations, other situations in life that's not transitory. I don't know.
Mhm. And do you agree, Belle?
Yeah, sure, I agree. It's hard because I never think about that difference, but in my mind coming something like a pity is when you just know about the another situation and okay, that person have a difficult situation or have a big problem, huge problem, and just that. And when you are an empathy person, you put yourself in that situation, in that environment, and you start to think like that person. But it's hard because you don't feel like the same person. But and empathy, maybe the person try to be or try to be in another place, in another environment, like a hard situation. Yeah, I think it's that. Like maybe empathy, it's like another step, yeah, in the to understand the situation. Pity is just the superficial way to look the situation. Maybe is that.
Maybe for me, when I thinking about pity, it's something like I can't change. It's like I look the situation and oh my gosh, but I don't have the power to do something to change this.
Yeah,
But
because
when,
it's because you don't, because sometimes some situations just the person are responsible to change the situation. And yeah, and it's you just look the situation. So maybe it's not your responsibility to do that. Yeah. And because of that, sometimes we felt pity for another person. I don't know, but it's a good point.
Yeah, and guys, I don't know. Do you remember an example when you feel pity and empathy for someone or some situation? Everybody, it's
Empathy, we can feel in the moments of a conversation that you to don't talk something that will hurt the person. And empathy, you can feel in the same time you can feel pity. That is the situations of these situations of disgrace, ungrace.
mhm.
Yeah, I think I feel empathy today with a friend because her father is sick. He's made it for a surgery, and actually, he's here in the same hospital that I work. And I know how she was sad because my father has some problem, health problem too, and I have to stay with him in the hospital. And I know how terrible it is to spend 4 days of your life in a hospital. It's very bad.
Yeah. Another question. Do you feel that it's easier to feel empathy when you already live what you look? I mean, if you pass for the same trouble or the same situation, it's easier to put in the other person's shoes.
Yes.
Every.
It is what I will say now, because I feel empathy every day when I am in LinkedIn timeline and read a post that someone are saying, "Oh, I was fired my last job. I was facing a layoff." And I know that because I live this. I live this last year, so I know what that people are feeling,
Mhm.
and for me it's empathy. Yes.
Mhm.
And pity, I don't remember example.
I feel pity every time that I see, sorry, on television, for example, African children's
Oh,
program or something like this. Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh.
I got it. I feel pity when oh my gosh, when billionaires in Ocean Gate, when they died looking
Mhm.
for Titanic. I feel pity, but a little bit.
So I'm a terrible person because I didn't feel pity for them because he decided to
Yes,
do
so
this.
a little pity.
But guys, they decided to travel, not die.
But have a lot of people that said they
Yes,
said that it was dangerous, that they shouldn't do this, and they
yeah.
decided went in the same way. So
Oh yes.
What do you think, Belle?
Yeah, in this case, I'm felt pity. Yeah, because it's yeah. I think in the different way, like Matt. But yeah, it's hard to feel pity I don't I agree with you, like a children's because or homeless because sometimes that person don't it's not able to change your situation. But in another case, and like when you talk about diet, for example, the death, yeah, when someone dead in your family, because it's hard because you can't change that. You can try understood, you can try to be empathy person, but sometimes you just felt a pity. Like me, for example, it's hard to say that, but I'm not a bad person, but I never have a experience like that in my family. So I have a friend, for example, I have a friend and she lose your mother, but in I not it's not possible for me think, oh my god, I lose my mother because that's never happened, and it's hard to think about that. So maybe in that case I just felt pity. Yeah, but I'm not a bad person. It's just because I never have a some experience. I never faced that experience in my life. Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, my grandmother passed away, and it's so hard. So I imagine if something happened with my mother, I can't imagine it actually. It's so, and regarding it, what role has empathy played in your life? So that's it. It bad person, good person. What do you think, Nati?
So I think I'm a bad person because I don't feel empathy in some situation like this billionaire that decide go to saw Titanic, or I don't know, like Father said, some religion person when something bad happened with person that attacked other people. I can't feel bad for them because for me, if you are bad with someone and this return for you is just the life going and
Karma.
accepted what is coming. So for me, I don't know, I'm not an empathic person.
Yes, I agree totally with Nathaniele, but I think it depends on the subject. Like I
Yeah, it's
said,
not that I'm happy the person is bad, but for me, I don't care.
yes, I think it's a sensitive subject because of this ways you can feel something, but I don't know. For me, like a member of LGBT community, it's more easier for me feel empathy for the different people in this world, the different situation that that kind of people live, feel, and feel in our day. But I don't have the, the empathy in billionaire cases and religions people, very, 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 very religious people and politicians cases we see in television. um I am in some cases I am a good person, in other cases I like, oh, F yourself. I don't know if I can say this, but F yourself.
And what do you think, Luis? What is the
Which question is it?
it's question 4. What role has empathy played in your life?
I didn't understand this question. What role has empathy played in your life?
Um, it's like if you apply or not, or if you apply so much or sometimes empathy in your routine, in your day.
Oh yeah, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. I try, but it's difficult.
Yeah. And it's so hard for everybody. I think it's a daily exercise. And Belle, what's the role of the empathy in your life?
So, yeah, I think everybody need try to be empathic because we live in society and sometimes because we live in society, so we have a lot of rules to live. Yeah, and sometimes we need pay attention about the rules, and sometimes you have boundaries in your life or in the society, and that's rules involve empathy because are you waiting something to be a service in the bunker, for example? I don't know too. So it's your turn to be resolve your problem, but with another person just coming and fila, I don't know to say that, but it's like an empathy because you are more time, you are waiting for to be that service. Yeah, I don't know if it makes sense because it's not a good example, but I use a lot of empathy at my work, and I start to use more because I become a supervisor, and it's really important to understand the another person, and because sometimes I'm not okay to work, and sometimes it's we need to have a different point of view, and okay, normally that person is very talkative, but today that person is very shy or very quiet. Why? Maybe that person are not okay, maybe she faced some problem in your personal life, and it's really important to pay attention about that because yeah, we live in society, so maybe I'm trying to use that because sometimes just communication, just to talk with another person, it's not enough to live in society. We are humans, so we have emotions, we have feelings, and you have problems. Yeah. So I use a lot the empathy at my work because we work like a work team. Yeah. So I need to be okay and to help my friends, and I need to pay attention with my friends not so good in your day. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's a best example that I can use the empathy.
You bring a very interesting point regarding boundaries, because I think it's so important including in empathy subjects, because sometimes you try to be very empathy, but in the end of the day, you you are hurt because you cross your boundaries and you put yourself in a bad
Yeah,
situation.
you don't prioritize yourself. Yeah, yourself. You don't prioritize. It's hard. It's a balance. Yeah, but it's hard, and we need to pay attention about that too.
Yeah. And guys, do you think it's possible to learn about empathy, or is it something innate? Nachi.
Yeah, I think everything in life you can learn, but I think for some people it's easier than for others. I think has some people that natural is empathic, but as everything we can learn. Therapy is help.
Excellent. And what do you think, Fabio?
Yes, I agree. And I think some people, have the facility to learn all, and other people don't. Like an example, a child, when we all are child, we make something, we say something that is not good, like bullying. Even when we not want to be a bullier, sometimes we can be. and we are all, oh my gosh, nós só vamos saber that we were a bully, or we said something that is not good when we grow up in no in age, but in our minds, like when I a young boy, I used to be so machista. I don't know how to say that in English. In some things I used to do, I used to say, and now I have the consciência, and I don't say these things anymore. I think we can learn if we want to.
Yeah, I agree. I think when we grow up, the maturity
Yes.
increase. Yeah, so yeah, it's different. And what do you think, Mel?
I'm sorry, it's my dog. So I believe it's possible to learn. Yeah? Some people will be born with empathy, but I think it's possible to learn because when you grow up, you have a different experience in your life. And it's like you said before, maybe it's a daily routine, yeah, or it's weekend training. I think we need training every day about that because sometimes you just think about yourself, or you just think about you and what to do. Maybe you are a selfish person and you need to start to think with another person or understood another point of view, and it's a training and you can learn. Yeah.
Your dogs agree.
Totally.
And Luis, do you wanna add something?
Hi.
Hi. About
5 questions.
5.
5, yeah. If you can learn about, do you think that everybody can learn about empathy, or is something innate?
Everybody can learn about empathy till a psychopath, because the empathy is the action of think how don't hurt somebody, and till a psychopath can think. He don't he doesn't know what is the feeling, but he knows the consequence, that is the hurt.
Very good. And do you think there are negative associations with empathy? Can it be seen as a weakness? What do you think, Nachi?
Yeah, has something related to empathy that I don't like. As Belle said, sometimes people are not in a good day, so we have to try be empathy, blah, blah, blah. But has some people that they use this to be a bad person. Because in my previous work has a person that she was terrible with everyone. She treat everyone's bad. And the person said, oh, it's because her life is very tough and blah, blah, blah. We have to try to understand. Okay, everyone has problem, but I think you don't have to use this to attack to other people just because our life is not wonderful. So I don't like when people also say this. We have to be empathy with people who is not a bad person just because the person has problem.
Yeah, I agree. Because as you said, everybody has problems. And what do you think, Luis?
Yeah, I agree. Everybody has problems, and we have to treat everybody good, because the person have problems too, like us.
Yeah. And Belle?
Yeah, I totally agree what Matt said. And I believe, how can I say before? Maybe it's not a negative way, but sometimes the empathy person needs to put boundaries, yeah, in your, put limits in your actions or in your conceptions. And I think it's that balance in your life and to prioritize yourself. It's not to be a selfish person, but prioritize yourself because you need to be okay to understand another person. Yeah. And don't use the empathy or use the empathy conception to apologize on attack for another person. Yeah, because the person don't have, yeah, I believe that. Don't use like apologize. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I will create an immersion about boundaries because, okay, empathy, it's so important, but boundaries, it's it's the same.
Recognize that it's really important too. In another point in your life, another part in your life.
Mhm. And what
And
do you
well,
think?
I just said blah 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 because I didn't remember what did you said
Oh, no
in Italian.
problem.
It's not because I disagree with you,
No
okay?
problems. Okay.
Oh, it was funny. No problem. Uh, and Fabio?
Yes, I totally agree with everyone, and I think in a different way. I made I think this question is related with team question. Because some people used to I how can I explain this in English? Oh my gosh. Um, some people in almost case politician used to attack other people have that have empathy, you know, with when someone is a thief, when someone is made bad things and go to jail and paid for what they did. And when but like me, I have empathy with people are in our jail or they are paying for what they did, and after that they need to be back in society. But some people don't like that I have this empathy feeling for that kind of people, you know.
Yeah, I don't
Some
have too much, I think.
I don't understand.
Yeah, for me it's hard, this part.
yes, you know, some people want the thief pay
Mhm.
for all life.
But if the person become a religion person, okay.
Okay,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
that's okay. That's the point. You know, we have I don't know. I let me shut up my mouth.
Yeah, guys, actually, because it's easier to feel empathy when someone is aligned with your values.
Have what?
With someone or the situation is aligned with your values.
Align?
Align. Uhum.
Let
Tá
me-
alinhado.
Ah, tá. Yeah, yeah. Well, yes and not. Because I think this, when someone do a bad thing,
Uhum.
we like as society have to learn that people, teach that people, ensinar.
Mm-hmm.
And if that people learn, paid for what they did,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to be back in society. But some people don't have this empathy feeling, you know. They want to people dead in jail. In some cases, I think it's okay, but not all.
Yeah, maybe it's because there is not guarantee if the if this person learned. So
Yes.
maybe it's because that.
So when I say that, it's in a good way, good case. People have learned, have have. It's okay to be back. Not that caso perdido. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah, I think it's not a lost case.
Yes.
Production.
It's
I don't know.
it's because of that I always say it's a sensitive subject because it's sensitive, you know.
Yeah, I think we have time for one question more. So
Actually, guys, the conversation was great, but I have to go. So it was very nice to meet you and talk with you. Bye bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Nancy. See you.
Bye bye. So question 8. Do you feel empathy from your parents, teachers, classmates, colleagues? And if so, share an example. We start with Fabio.
Yes, I have empathy with my parents. Teachers I have always, and I like my teachers for all my life. Classmate, not too much, but because classmate used to disrespect teachers, you know. And I don't be good. I don't feel good when this happening. I used to argue, discutir, brigar, argue with these people, thinking, please respect our teacher. In my college, faculdade,
College, yeah.
in my college, some years ago, I have a big discussion with my classmates because of that. My teacher have marcado, have made a activity day, and some people want to change the day because I will travel on that date, you know. And really, we oh my gosh, I don't know how to say this in English.
Actually, I feel very happy when I heard this phrase, because it's like ha ha ha, because this is the idea here.
Yes. Well, I felt so angry and bad because a little part of the class want to change activity day because they will travel on that date, that age, I don't know. And and teacher don't want they want to listen the options that teacher, they want to create the options. And for me it's more easier, like I said in the beginning, it's so easier to feel empathy to the others.
Okay.
I respect
And
my teachers.
and you, Luis?
yeah, I have problems to feel empathy with some with my family because I know they in the in the I know they closer than my teachers, and I know more problems, and they have life with me, and in this life, when you're close to somebody, uh, to a friend, to a mother, father, you have more problems with that person, and you're more hurt by that person, and it's more difficult to feel love to feel love or empathy with this person. And this is the point of that phrase, love your next, because it's more difficult to love them. But I feel, and in, in what I can.
Yeah, I agree. And you, Belle?
Yeah, so normally I felt empathy for that person. That's my parents, my family, my coworkers, some persons that I live together. Yeah, it's it's easy to me that because when it's another person, another place, in another environment, it's a little hard to understood. And normally I'm felt empathy or I try training that's yeah in my life. So that's it.
Very good. Guys, I really like this conversation. Thank you so much for joining here today. I put on the chat the feedback, so it's anonymous. So feel free to describe, to fill in with your suggestion and put there if you like it, if you didn't like, what we can do different to be better. So I think that's it. Thank you so much. Have a good Friday and a good weekend. And I hope
Yes.
see you next week.
Okay, thank you for the conversation. It was amazing.
And
Bye bye,
thankful
Luisa.
to
Bye,
Thank you,
Fabio.
guys.
good
Bye bye.
afternoon.
Bye.